Hi, this is Miss Wright, and I want to take you through some essential elements that you need to have when you write paragraphs or essays in a language arts class. I call them my essay must-haves. Another teacher might give it a different name, but it's basically the essential things you need for formatting and structuring any writing that you are going to turn in to your English teacher that is a paragraph in response to a question or something about a story or an analysis of a book that you've read. Okay, here we go. Okay, you will get a copy of this sheet in class, but I did want to go over some of the essential elements for seventh graders. A lot of this information might be new. I don't think we're going to hit every single thing this fall, but hopefully by the end of the year, you will be exposed to most of these elements. Something that I've talked about in class is everybody needs to do this. It just makes everybody's life much easier. Make sure you have a proper heading. Begin by writing your name, the date, the period, and your teacher's name in the top left-hand corner of your paper. When typing your paper, insert the page number in the header at the top right side of your first with your first initial and last name in front of the number. That's called a college heading. I will try to show each person how to do that. It can be a little challenging to do it in Google Docs. I much prefer doing it in Word as a part of a Word program. Okay, we're going to skip attention grabber until we get to our essay, but since we are doing an extended paragraph on a story, make sure you identify the story correctly. In my sample sentences, I put the short stories in quotation marks. Minor works, such as short stories, take quotation marks. Major works, such as a full book, is underlined. I have a list of different things that take quotations and underlining. I will share that with you at another date. For this assignment, make sure that you have the title, either the dinner party in quotation marks or the seventh grade in quotation marks. We're not doing a full essay right now, so we're going to skip down to number 5. The first sentence of each body paragraph must state your main idea. And I talked about for your topic sentence, I wanted to say 4 things. I wanted you to name the author, the title of the story, the character that you're going to discuss, and whether he or she is a hero or anti-hero. Whatever the topic of the paragraph would be in the future, I still need you to have those 4 elements. Transitions are important to have in your writing, so it helps the reader follow the logic of your ideas. So first, second, third. I often use in addition, for example, also, next, and finally. When you're quoting for your extended paragraph, you only need 1 quote. 2 quotes is fine. In my sample, I used 5, but you do not need to use 5. For number 8, I did a separate video on the literary present tense. You want to use verbs in the present tense. You want to use is and are, not was or were. So you need to look through your whole paragraph and make sure as you are talking about the story, you're talking about it in the present tense. Remember your capitalization, including the word I. I'm not sure why people are not using capital I, but if you do use it in respect to a quote, make sure it's capitalized. Otherwise, there is no I in the essay. Remember to capitalize proper nouns such as character names and places, including languages such as French. Okay? There's no I. Do not use personal pronouns such as I, you, me, my, or mine in a literary essay. Make no references to yourself as a writer. When you're writing a formal essay or paragraph, you want to take the position as an objective observer, not drawing attention to yourself. You want to speak as an expert with a sense of objectivity, so you don't use I in your essay. Numbers under 100 should be spelled out. Avoid slang. There should be no symbols and no contraction, which means you would say does not instead of doesn't, or do not instead of don't. You want to have a variety of sentences. Make sure that you don't have a string of simple sentences. We want to grow beyond that. It is good to have one or two or maybe three vocabulary words. You don't need to make it sound like you swallowed a dictionary. Use your literary vocabulary. That's the vocabulary we study from week to week, and other words you've learned to elevate the diction of your essay. 3 or 4 well-placed words, and since we're only doing a paragraph, not a whole essay, you don't, maybe 1 or 2. In my paragraph, I put 2. Proofreading and spell check. Proofread your work for spelling, punctuation, and overall sentence sense. Be meticulous, which means pay attention to the details. Too many errors distract from your essay. They weaken your reader ends up remembering all your mistakes instead of the points you were trying to make. Let's see what else you need here. You need 1-inch margins when you do go to finally type up your paper. And I think that's about it. I think this is a good amount for you to remember. Okay, so I will bring a paper copy of this, but I just wanted to walk you through it. As we write longer pieces, this will become more and more essential for you. As a reminder, I think it's great for 7th graders to get started on these essential elements, and so that by the time you do get to high school, you're really well structured and you know what is expected of you when you write. Okay, so I hope you have a good evening, a good day. I will see you back in room 103, and take care. Bye-bye.